Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you join me from. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again to the live stream. Shout out to Jeffrey Tatter, Jacob Tyne J, Michael Beecher Life, the NTV crew, all of my members. Thank y'all so much for your support, your continued support. All my old heads, Doubtful Genius, I see y'all on here. Golden Gate, Roger Walker, Johnny S, Cisco, thank y'all, man, really. Any new viewers and subscribers joining us today, welcome. And anybody catching us on replay, we always have a topic, but this is your live stream. Put it over here and we'll get to it if possible. The topic today is, she wants me for money. What else do you have to offer? We'll have that discussion among other things. The peso is 57.13. It's still, very good. I'm not going to complain about that. Hey, Eric, he says, I'll be there in 4 days. Yeah, summer started here. What's up, Confident Voice Speaks? I know you're over there in Singapore living it up. You know, I want to start this out with some caution. In Cotabato City, which is down in southern Mindanao near General Santos, a barangay treasurer and his 2-year-old daughter were killed. They were ambushed after he was seen withdrawing 1.4 million pesos from a bank. And why do I bring that up? First of all, it's sad that happened. A 2-year-old innocent. Life is sacred as far as I'm concerned. But it's to warn you, be careful when you come over here, because I get a lot of questions about opening up bank accounts here. And if you have to make a major purchase like a car or a house or a piece of land, don't withdraw that money out right there. Bring the seller along with you. Do that transaction in the bank. That's what I did for this house and everything. I'm not going to take that chance because I'm going to tell you, it happened in Dumaguete. I believe it was 2018. A foreigner went in and withdrew, I want to say $40,000, about 2 million pesos to buy a house and lot. And the teller informed her boyfriend, who came and was waiting for him in the parking lot, and killed him. They eventually got caught. So just, be careful, man, when you're drawing money, because we throw our common sense out the window. Okay, don't do that, guys. Hey, thanks, everyone. I appreciate it. Hey, Michael Alexander. But, it's sad I have to open up with that story. But when I saw it today, it really touched me, man. I was like, wow. Because people are watching you when you're in the bank, when you're in the remittance place, when you're at the ATM machine. What's up, Freeman? Ron Lawson says, I really enjoyed that meet and greet footage. That was inspiring, Calvin. Thank you. That's next on my list. I wanted to thank everybody who came to the meet and greet, who joined the live stream and watched the video. But it was fun, man. It was hilarious. Once that liquor kicked in and started loosening people up, it happens every meet and greet, especially when we have it in Meg's. But it also puts to rest that bullshit question of, do Filipinos like black men? Which is one of the most retarded questions I've ever heard. Okay? Go back and look at that. Anytime you see somebody ask that stupid question or make a video, just know that they're doing it for clicks. This is 20. That question is only for people who feel less than. Okay, I've been out of the matrix a long time ago. I know for a fact I'm not less than, so put that to rest, guys. I mean, you know, those guys had a great time. Yeah, that meet and greet, that young lady, we're trying to get in touch with her so she can do uh, a concert for us. I'm going to pay her, of course, you know, because she's really a professional. What's up, Angelo? He said, where's the shirt? I actually wore that shirt Friday. And people had no idea who Randy Watson was. Yeah, really, it really turned out well, man. We had a good time at that meet and greet. Um, but let's talk about a little bit about the video I made about it's no crime to make love to beautiful young women in the Philippines. You know, we've got this content, all these content police out here, dick police, dick watchers, whatever you want to call them. And they trying to restrict our freedom of speech. If you talk about that, they coming for you, man. It's like, who are you? You know, they're coming after you. It's not a crime when you're talking about two consenting adults. I did not put an age limit on there. I was just saying that a woman's considered an adult at 18 over here. But there's benefits to having a good sex life. You know, don't fool yourself. A lot of men come over here for that. There's actually some benefits for not having sex, but not many. Okay? But two of them that I wrote down here was you don't have to worry about AIDS or any of the other STDs that are going around. And you don't have to worry about having children. But other than that, man, it's not too many benefits. Most of the benefits on the other side. And I just, you know, the immune system, the memory, but you know, of all the stuff, it just feels so damn good, man. I mean, really. He says that little honey in the black short set was yeah, but see, there's literally millions of her over here. I'm shocked that more didn't show up because Maryland invited a bunch of women from the gym. Okay. And a lot of the younger ones didn't show up, but yeah, she ended up leaving with somebody. Cause that liquor kicks in, man. Truth says in the USA, she's never an adult. She wouldn't sue you for anything saying it was your fault. Well, you know, let me say this before we get into the topic today. I'm not a relationship expert or guru. We've got far too many of them on YouTube, and nothing seems to be working. I believe we're giving human beings far too much credit for even being capable of having long-term relationships and being happy about it. I'm almost to the point where I believe that one what did I got right here? That whole concept of one mate, it may be flawed. I mean, you know, you get that from religion and everything like that. I don't think human beings are capable of that. Maybe one at a time, but not one. And then when people on here say, oh, I was married for 30 years, you're the exception, really. You know, in the United States where I come from, 50% of new marriages end in divorce. So you got a 50-50 chance of making it. Why even do it? And then the more times you get married, the higher the failure rate increases. We're not divine creatures, guys. We're giving ourselves too much credit. But I wanted to put that out there because every time I turn it on now, man, you're getting a lot of advice. This isn't advice that I'm giving today. We're having a conversation. You got young guys, you got older guys, young women, older women. I don't care. Nothing seems to be working. Hey, thank you, Modoc Rough Stock. Yeah, get the thumbs up, guys, and show this channel some support. Winner. Oh, the winner? Okay, good. Yes, the winner from last night. We did the spin wheel. No, not last night. Friday night. I was able to do it Friday. I've been doing it on Saturday because either Maryland's not here with the spin wheel, I'll go to sleep or something. But yeah, hit the thumbs up, guys. Yeah, we're just having a conversation. He said, yeah, they were great singers there too. The one professional singer really killed it. Yeah, I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna hire her. I think her fee is $5,000 for a set. Her and they're gonna be. It's gonna be live, man. I don't care. I took a hit. I told you guys that YouTube wasn't gonna monetize that. They're gonna share, which means I won't get anything because they sung a lot of songs that were copyrighted. At least they didn't give me a strike. But yeah, she killed it. He said, not having sex makes you hungry for other stuff. I trained like an animal when I went without it. Yeah, but it's not healthy. It's not beneficial, really. They say you're more stressed, you're more anxious. It's a lot of things, man. But the prostate thing is what caught my attention. Prostate cancer is big among men, and just that topic alone is enough to excuse me to get your attention. But it said they did a study of 30,000 men, and the men who had 21 ejaculations per month on average were 50% less likely to have prostate cancer over their lifetime than men who had 7 ejaculations per month. You're basically an incel or whatever they call it, semen retention. All that is crazy. All this stuff that's coming up here, man. Yeah, I say don't give it to anybody, but hell, don't go without sex, man. I'm just telling you. I hate to warn you. There's more benefits to having sex than not. But let's get over here to the topic because this should be interesting because why this conversation is even still around. It's almost as crazy as the age gap, the 1,000 $1,000 budget, and a few of the other real popular subjects, when they talk about, oh, she only wants you for your money. Well, what else do you have to offer? And this is what we're going to talk about today. What we can do to attract women without using our wallet, but virtually nothing over here in the Philippines. I'm just going to be honest, okay? That's part of the equation over here. I'm sorry. You've got that memo. That's why you're coming over here. Okay, let's not play stupid. But just giving her money is not going to gain you respect or keep her around. So basically what we're talking about is, how to have just a decent relationship. Jacob Tanjay said, greater than 50%, would you board that commercial airline with those odds? Yeah, see, we're giving human beings far too much credit, guys. We're not these divine creatures that we think we are. He says, so adultery is actually illegal in the Philippines. Do they actually enforce that? Absolutely, they do. If you're caught in the act. It's just about every week there's a story like that in the news. It makes the news over here. Absolutely, it's illegal over here. They're being charged with adultery and concubinage, the last couple, but it was maybe a week or two prior, there was an article in the paper where 2 call center techs were caught by their spouses in the hotel. And they were charged. Yeah, they take you to jail. He said, Kuya Cal, these conversations and how we change culture norms. Yeah, we just have to talk about them. But, the fact that young women find a man, a much older man over here, attractive. Well, not so much attractive. Yeah, attractive. I gotta say attractive because that pension is sexy, like Jacob Tanjay says. Um, it's really old news, but we seem to be in denial or something about it, and it's a subject that keeps coming up. So I'm saying, okay, what else are you doing? Get in shape. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care how old you are. A man that's in shape with a nice physique, an athletic build, it's sexy to women, okay? But a lot of us, we're not going to do that. We're going along with the program. Okay, as long as I got my pension, as long as I got my wallet, I don't need anything else. And that's the game we're playing. So don't complain about it. Okay? He said the only reason I watch the videos because you tell the uncomfortable truth. I love that. Hey, thanks, True. We just have grown adult conversations. That's all. What's up, Thomas? And this is just one of them. But put over here in the comments, what else are you bringing to the table? Why should a 25-year-old woman in her prime, regardless of her financial situation or anything like that, why should she go along with you other than your money? You're 65, okay? Put it over here. What are you bringing? Because I read an article. I forgot to put it in the link, but I will after the live stream. They were saying the things that will attract women to men. And we're going to talk about some of that stuff. But one thing you could do, you could put some restrictions on your money. Some requirements. If you want my money, then you got to do certain things too. And a lot of times they already know that, but you have to make that clear. He says, I like to just hang with a couple of cuties, just having them around, tasty morsels of feminine. Well, that was certainly at the meet and greet, but I don't know if they're going to handle that because they want all the money. They don't want to share that money. It's not really about the sex. They don't want to share that money. Your money. What's going on, Cedric? Yeah, I want to tell y'all that my brother left the hospital, man. So, I don't know what's going to happen. He left under the doctor's, I mean, uh, despite the doctor's orders. He's a nurse, but he just got out of bed and left, man. All the tests and everything back, haven't come back. Uh, I don't think it's going to end well. He said, Calvin, have you met the True Channel girls? I did. I actually helped push them out there. If it wasn't for my channel, no one would have ever heard of the True girls. Yeah, when I pushed them out there, I helped them, but they're on their own now. William Hung said 21 ejaculations. Jesus, that's not that many. Okay? It's not that many, man. It's not even once a day. It's not even once a day. He says, when the next time you having a bodybuilding show? I watch from Wahawa, Hawaii, home of Schofield Barracks. Hey, I don't know. We were talking about that the other day, just having one for the women. He says she wants what she doesn't have. Um, Do you really care? Are you just enjoying the company of an attractive young woman? Okay, does anybody really care? I don't think guys really care from what I see. I can just see the look on their face. Because I'm gonna tell you what, y'all know what rule number one is, right? But rule number two over here is don't fall in love, man. Don't fall in love. That's when things really gonna get real shaky, real skeptical and suspect, man. Okay? I'm just warning you. Don't fall in love over here, man. It is what it is. Be happy with it. But there's some things you can do. I'm always talking about how to improve your finances, how to improve your health as a human being, not as some kind of expert. I'm just doing it myself. When I was talking about the benefits of sex, I'm enjoying that. I don't talk about anything that I'm not doing or seeing. Oh, you sent it to me, right?
Yes.
Okay. He said 21 ejaculations ain't nothing if you're in the Philippines. Well, that's just what they're saying. The real experts are saying that. If you worried about prostate, now does that mean jacking off? I don't know. See, I'm in a no masturbation relationship. That ain't going on over here. I don't waste any hard-ons. When it stands up, she knocks it down. Okay, that's just how it is. Yeah, he says I don't at this point at my age, but yeah, I don't fall in love. You're right, Cal. He said I don't think all Filipino guys are bad, but several Filipinos have told me they got pregnant by guys who run away. So I think a lot of girls want security. Yeah, I think that happens all over, though. Really, I mean, it's nothing. That's nothing new. What's going on, Oliver? When you headed back this way, he says it's important to listen to Cal and the facts that he brings to the table. There are exceptions to the rule, but in most cases, we can build a solid foundation if you find two people who really want to. Yeah, it's just that human beings, we're not capable of maintaining a one relationship long term. That's why most of us are over here. We couldn't maintain it over there for whatever reason. And then this magnificent mind that we have, it wants what it doesn't have. That's one of the biggest problems. That's where that saying, the grass looks green on the other side, it's your mind wanting something that it doesn't have. And it's always wanting that. What? Okay, wait, guys, hold on. Okay, just take the whole thing and don't come back. Bye. Take all of it.
No, no rainbow one.
There is no more rainbow. There's no more rainbow. There. No, it's for everybody. See you later. I'll get another rainbow today at the store. Yeah, a lot of us are over here because we couldn't make. I mean, how many relationships have we had? I mean, that shouldn't even be an argument. It doesn't matter whose fault it was. The other party is a human being. We're just not capable of it, guys. It takes a lot more than what we're capable of giving and sacrificing. We'd rather just throw it in the garbage and start over. That's the society that we come from. When something gets old, you replace it or throw it away. You don't value it. And that's just where we are. And then with men, we're hunters anyway. Where's this whole concept of having one mate? Where'd that come from? Comes from some foolishness, man. I think a man should be able to have as many women as he can handle, as he can take care of. I'm talking about responsibly. Okay? Hey, Fresh, aloha. He said, aloha, Brother Cal. Love your channel. I'll be there later this year. It's not what you save, it's what you gave that matters most. My Filipino will be grateful for sure. Yeah, let's hope brother, because, man, I tell you what, there's a lot of ungratefulness that goes on over here. Um, and I'm not busting your bubble. There's always the exception, but no matter how much you give, it's never enough. It's never enough. And I got on here, you control your own destiny. So thank you, Fresh Aloha, for bringing this up. We control our own destiny over here, really, especially when it comes to that money. If you can get your spending under control, on her, I mean, and take off that cape, you got a better chance of succeeding over here. Remember, she's not used to all that money you're giving her. You know, ramp it down, man. Some. This is how you control your own destiny. Don't fall in love. Stop spending so much money. Take better care of your finances and your health. You know, that self-preservation we always talk about on here. Edwin said, Cal, when I travel to the Philippines, I spread my money on my person in my hat. Oh, okay, yeah. I spread my money on my person. In my hat, money belt, leg wallet, and a fake wallet to throw and run and run. You can also let your date have a few bucks. Yeah, we were talking about when you go inside those banks and even remittance places, you have to be careful. We're not thinking, Dad. I promise you we're not. The guy who went in there and Dumagetti, look that up. You'll see. I think it was 2018 or something. He went in there and he got $2 million. Well, the teller who gave him the money, because when you go to the Philippines and you withdraw that, it takes a while. You just don't walk in there and they give you the money, you walk out. He's in there, you know, doing the transaction. She calls up the boyfriend or the husband and sets him up. Well, eventually they got caught, but hell, it cost him his life. He says, I went 3 rounds in one sitting in the Philippines with my girlfriend. I'm 59 and she's 25. Yeah, it has a lot to do with us, with me, and it's what we're seeing. But yeah, 21 ejaculations is nothing. Hell, I do that in damn near a week here. You know, and then when people, when you tell them how you're living, because I'm going to live and I'm going to thrive anywhere I go. I just happen to be in the Philippines. They don't believe you. I mean, it's literally unbelievable the life that some of us are living over here. You know, with these young, attractive women, you know, the way. See, I'm going to change that instead. I'm living like a king and change it to I'm treated like a king. It's 2 different things. But they don't believe you. One guy says, oh, you're bragging. Stop bragging because there's guys that can't get over there and everything like that. And then other guys just don't believe it. They're saying like there's no way that you get treated that way every single day. I do. Because remember, she wants me for my money. As long as I got the money, he who has the gold makes the rules. What's up, Roger? He said, Cal, the meet and greet really looked like a relaxing and down-to-earth atmosphere. I'm looking forward to joining in the near future, my brother. Sometimes they get more lively. That one got lively later on. But, you know, it's early hours because of the venue. It's like 4 to, they let us stay to 10. We had some real good hosts. He said, you give in there, spend it. He said, at day's end, we're nothing more than mammals that talk. That's all. We give human beings a whole lot of credit. Then when it don't work out, and, you know, look at all this war and stuff that's going on. Remember I told y'all, I said the United States is always talking out of both sides of his mouth. They gave Israel $25 billion. Now they're talking about putting pressure on them to stop the massacre that's going on in the Gaza Strip. I took a picture of it because me and Maryland was in Bacala, and I said, I told you, Maryland, I got it in my phone. And I'm like, this is comical, man. But these are human beings. It doesn't matter what side you're on. You can't deny they're killing innocent men, women, and babies. No one wins in war. Same in Ukraine and Russia. I was watching a news article about 100 Russian soldiers were killed by a drone attack. And I'm like, these are human beings. They got families and everything like that, man. And now you're talking about having a relationship? Man, come on, guys. It's best to just enjoy. Remember all that comparison. Just enjoy yourself. Enjoy what you got right now for as long as you can. Because it's not going to last. He said, damn, where are you going? You need to do all that. He said, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's too, he's going over, boy. But a toss wallet, a fake wallet is a good thing. I hear people suggest that all the time. Because one guy says he put in there, I'll pray for you. He put 20 pesos in there and then a note, I'm going to pray for you. He said, the last good man in Jersey, I got $50 US at a money exchange at Baal, and the teller told me to guard my wallet. Yeah, we don't use our common sense over here because you got the young tenderoni with you. Okay, that's all your mind is on. I can't wait to get back. You're in the hotel, you're thinking, oh, this is a dream. And then the minute you leave, all you're thinking about is coming back to the hotel. That's all you're worried about. We're very vulnerable. What's up, Barney Wesley? He says, greetings, Cal, Kentucky Derby, Louisville. Great meet and greet. Thank you. Yeah, the Derby is happening today. I mean, so it's all kind of parties and everything going on for the whole week. Fireworks and everything. He said, I totally agree with you on that, Cal. I had to come to an agreement with my wife because they're not used to the money. I had to draw a line in the sand, but it was not easy. Yeah, you got to find a point, you really have to compromise with that money. Okay, you say, okay, well, you were earning, let's say 20,000. Well, I'm not going over that every month. If that's what you were earning, that's what you're used to. She can handle that, Oliver. It's when you start, it's human nature though. Okay, say for instance, your job, Oliver, in America. If all of a sudden they doubled your salary, or tripled it, or quadrupled it, you're gonna buy something that you normally wouldn't be able to buy because you don't have the money to buy it. But now all of a sudden you got it. It's the same thing over here. He said, do you know you can use a Wise card to load money to a card? Absolutely. I've got a few cards to keep my money on while overseas. Now, that's good, okay, but here's the problem. It's going to cost you somewhere, man, when you withdraw the money. It's going to cost you. This is what you have to understand. When I came over, I had 17,000. I had about 4,000 in cash and like 13,000 on my debit card. Because you don't want to carry all that cash, but I don't want it all on my card because when you land at the airport, you got to grab a taxi, get you something to eat, pay the hotel, Airbnb if you haven't done it online. You're going to need some cash. Hey, Confident Voice Speaks. Thanks for that super chat. He says, I enjoy life as it comes to me. I stopped watching news in 2021. It's too stressful. I get my news from my co-workers. I live stress-free. I try to do as much as I possibly can. Because when you put social media down, when you even put the news down, you'll be shocked how much less stress that you have, man. He said, Cal, I know foreigners can't own guns over there. But what self-defense weapons can they have? Pepper spray, stun guns, certain type of knives, and Also, I've been watching these self-defense courses on uh, YouTube. You know how to, certain, they call it ghetto boxing, and it's interesting, man. It's really, really interesting, and how you can really do a lot of damage to people. Just to keep them off of you. Because you may need that over here, but more likely not against a Filipino. Hey, Dexter Dixon, thank you for that super chat. He said, I just wanted to commend you and the brothers at the meet and greet, showing how we as grown men can have fun without drama. Yeah, thank you, brother, for bringing this up, because it's a great point. I've had every meet and greet I've ever had, there's never been any drama. The only thing close to drama was when that clown up in Angeles City wanted to come and make a video. Okay, and then, he wasn't looking for drama, guys. Trust me. Okay, he was up there making a video. He brings his photographers with him, and he's doing all the screaming and hollering. Didn't bust a grape. Then he picks the smallest guy in there to argue with and call outside. Okay. Other than that, we don't have that. I mean, we know how to act. You don't come over here for all that, man, because when you act like that, that can get you killed over here. I'm just letting my viewers and subscribers know. When you act like that, yeah, it can get you killed. Filipinos don't play that. See? He said, agree. I learned a lot from you in the show. This is why I share with others to tune into the show. He said they will learn a lot. Thanks. On my next trip, I will check with you, head that way. Yeah, it's funny that I saw you. I was coming out of my favorite place in Dumaguete, the Tip Top, and you were in the tricycle. He said, yeah, that was stupid. It's always stupid, but you got guys like that everywhere you go. There's going to be somebody like that. But it never adds up to anything. Well, any video that's got me in it is got my name on it, is going to get a lot of views. That's why they do it. That's why he did. It was uncalled for what he did. First of all, whoever owned that establishment could have shot him. There's no way if I own a business like that, I'm going to let some goon come in there like that, knowing he's not going to bust a grape. He tried that stuff in Thailand, and that Mai Tai guy shut him down. Well, he said they're trying to do Tim K dirty too. I don't know. They're just clout chasers, basically. But what I want to say is, when it comes to my meet and greets, I don't attract people like that. There was one thing Marilyn was worried about when I started my channel and made the guest house and all that, right? She was worried that the wrong type of people would start showing up, but it's never happened, guys. Every soul attracts its own. But let's get back to the topic. See, most of us have to leave with our wallets over here. This is what I got over here. Because that's all she finds attractive about us. And then, yeah, he said, best self-defense. This is good. It says not to be stupid, aka outlet, late, drunk, dark places. But a lot of guys over here, you got to come over here and see it with your own self to understand why I'm saying that. A lot of these guys have to leave with their wallet because they don't want to do anything else. Okay? They don't want to exercise. They don't want to read, because we're going to go over some stuff that you can do to attract women. Okay. King B Stacker, yeah, he came to my meet and greet, him and his woman and their son in Lapu Lapu. He'll tell you, it's nothing but good people that come to those meet and greets. There is no drama. I don't care how much they drink. If they start drinking, they start dancing, not fighting. Confident Voice Speaks was there. But I don't know if you was there when all that popped off. But you know, that's why I didn't go to 53 Shades Darker's wedding because he invited one of my trolls. And I'm like, I don't want to go around that stuff, man. Hey, thank you, Roger. We're all one of a kind. He said, live right and your enemies will be few. Well, in this day and age, you know, the only ones they come after on YouTube are the guys who are, you know, popular because they know they can get views, you know, and then that's what y'all like. Y'all like the drama. Remember I told you look at what the Philippine Annex, they've done something that I don't think's ever been done on YouTube. They literally were dead in the water. They changed their content, and man, they have more people watching their live streams than I do. Man, they I applaud them for that. I'm saying because they switched their content to something else, that drama stuff that people like. Okay, it was very brilliant of them to do it because their channel was nothing. It's growing now. They've done something that it's almost impossible to do on YouTube because of the algorithm. But drama and controversy, that pays, man. And that's what they've been able to do. I don't think anybody's ever been able to do that because I'm going to tell you, once the algorithm wipes its hands of you, you're basically done. There's so many channels that you see, like Dr. Mike TV. He used to be big when he was over here in the Philippines. Hell, he may get 20 views on his videos now that he's over in America. And I'm not talking about, I'm just saying that usually once the algorithm wipes its hands of you, you're done. But the Philippine Annex has been able to do something that I don't think anybody else has been able to do. He said, Brother Cal, although I'm in Cali now, I grew up in Hawaii and my high school was at least 50% Filipino. I understand that when I'm there's 7 letters to live by: respect. Yeah, that's my rule number 1. Y'all know my rule number 1. Shut the fuck up and mind your own business. That's going to get you further than than your wallet will get you over here. Okay? He said, did anyone see the income chart Geo put up over the weekend? It's for a family of 5, so it's not reliable if you're single. I didn't see it. Hey, let me tell you, I'm getting ready to get rid of you, Alan. You're not real. Okay? Stop playing with me, guys, okay? You're going to get hurt. You keep on playing with me, okay? He's out of here. People are so stupid, man. They need to grow up. That's that old guy, you know, that keeps stalking me. He said, yeah, because they're not all that cute anymore. I tell people I don't have any money. What's up? He said, thoughts on regular guy. You know, just, I don't know enough about him. I don't know about his history. I don't know enough to have any thoughts about it. My only thought is, okay, if he's doing something illegal or whatever, let the Philippine authorities get him. These are content police, guys. Y'all keep clicking on the stuff. Y'all building that stuff up. That's my thoughts on it. We're all complicit in getting his channel harassed and stuff because we click on this stuff. I've been through the same stuff he's dealing with, but worse. Okay, they just scared him. They scared him. They didn't scare me. I had to go in front of the Bureau of Immigration, the NBI. All they're doing is threatening him, and he's backing up. Okay. Okay, if I were him, I'd keep going, but I don't know enough about him. I don't know if he's really dealing with the young women. I did watch a few videos where he stops the camera and shows the girls. They look really, really young, but we don't know. You don't know. Man, women 16 to 25 look the same to me over here. But the thing I'm talking about is freedom of speech, man. We got to be careful, man. Uh, by letting them get away with that. You can't let these bad guys win because it's going to give them confidence. And they're going to keep coming after everybody else, trying to control the narrative, what we can talk about. They can kiss my ass. I'm going to talk about whatever I want to talk about. It's grown stuff. It's just because I don't talk about it doesn't mean it's not happening. And just because I talk about it doesn't mean it's going to stop. But who the hell are they to tell me what to talk about? They're hypocrites. They're hypocrites. If they're a man over here, they fucking somebody. Are trying to. Now put that in their pipe and smoke it. You know. But they just scared him. Evidently, there's something to that. I would have been scared. Because they did all of that. Contacted my family, went all through my background and all that, but there's nothing there. I don't even have a police record. Yeah, I got pulled in for driving with no insurance. Confidence Voice Speak says, yeah, I was there. It was super confusing. I didn't know until you started talking into the camera that they had, but that was uncalled for. Well, I didn't understand it either. Okay, first of all, because I don't know the guy. He doesn't know me. It's like you really have to do something to me to make me not like you and want to fight you and want to hurt you. But that's not the case with anybody, him included. It's all made up beef, guys. That's all it is. Yeah, it was brilliant of them. They did something that it's hard to do, man. Almost impossible to do on YouTube. But I guess because one thing that's in their favor is they're in the Philippines, and they love that drama stuff. So, my hat's off to them. I applaud them for that. Yeah, don't hit the like button. Yeah, that algorithm is fickle, man. But usually when it's done with you, it's done with you. It doesn't bring you back up. I know so many challenges. When I first started out, man, and somebody had 3, 5, 7,000, I thought that was crazy. But now nobody watches them. I saw one guy, hell, he had 3 people watching his live stream. And, he helped me because he kind of introduced me to his audience. But then he fell out with me because I had to miss one live stream. Like, dude, I don't work for you. I'm in Bacala getting my visa. I'm naive about YouTube, but I missed it. And he's screaming and hollering at me like I'm his child. And we haven't spoke since. I'm like, dude, you crazy. He said, Cal, I like your child because it relates to the everyday working man. Should do after retirement. You changed my life for the good. Thank you. And that's really all I'm trying to do. I'm not an expert or anything. But let's talk about some stuff that the experts say that women like. They said that height and shape matters. And they say that women love an athletic build, an athletic body. I didn't say that. He said, yeah, man caught feelings like that. Yeah, but uh but He said, that Philippines guy, he said, love the meet and greet video, Cal. Good to see you having a good time with good people. But gotta say, most ghetto meet and greet I seen, hope you guys didn't steal nothing. Oh, come on, man. We really had a great time there. You know, I think you guys are jealous. Yeah, he's hating. You know. What's up? Yeah, they like that. But another thing they like is personality, man. I'm gonna tell you something. It's boring enough over here in the Philippines, and all they need is some bored ass man coming over here and just got his wallet out. You know, they want you to be the life of the party. You know, have some leadership skills. Know where you going and how to get there. Somebody that can stand on their own 2 feet, who can think for themselves, who can make up their own mind. I'm gonna tell you something. Here's a big mistake you do. What you want to do, where you want to eat, where you want to go. Don't do that to Filipinos. They've never been anywhere. The ones we deal with, I'm saying. You can't do that. Okay, she's going, oh, it's up to you. Whatever you want, it's up to you. Y'all gonna go back and forth. Already have your man made up. Look, we're going to Boracay next week. And then already have to dinner, you know, okay, because anything that you do, she's going to want to do. She doesn't have a choice. He who has the gold makes the rules. But they like that. Okay. I met a guy in Seattle, from Seattle, in 2009. And he in the airport. And it was him and his Filipino wife. He said, yeah, she's been with me in the United States for a few years now, but we come back and forth. And I just asked him about Filipino women. He said, yeah, they're great companions, and they will follow you if you're going somewhere, but they're not going to let you mistreat them. This is what he said. And it's true. They're going to follow you, man, if you're going somewhere, but they're not going to let you mistreat them. Doe Getter, what's up, man? He said, personality goes a long way. A woman wants to think her man is wise and entertaining, be a leader. Yeah. And respect goes a long way. They want somebody they can be proud of. You know, have some pride in your appearance, in your personal hygiene. You know, on your damn clothes, brush your teeth, get a shave. You know, we think, oh, because, you know, we got money that we can just, all we have to do is show up. Well, initially, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, that's why I said, you know, are you funny? I said. Because personality goes a long way. It's boring over here, guys. They live a boring life, basically, before you come over here. Remember, the party don't start till you get here. I mean, the real party. The whole life-changing experience starts when you get here. But she wants to do something other than stay at that damn resort or that hotel and hang around and go to malls and stuff. Yeah, confidence, that's what I'm saying. Know where you going, know what you want. Don't be asking her, well, what do you want to do? Well, I don't know. I don't pay attention to those guys. I ignore them. You know. Yeah, I ignore them. I don't pay them any attention. I did one time at the, he said, have I ever sung in a karaoke? I did one time at the beach. You know, I'm just too self-conscious with that stuff. And most Westerners are, but Angelo Habib really turned the party out until he had some mic trouble. But if you go back on that live, I think he was on the live. I'm sure he's on the live. And he's singing that song by Pitbull, I believe. I mean, he had everybody up, man. He grabbed that mic. 1, 2, 3, 4. He was partying, man. Yeah, to take control, guys. They like that. You know, because they don't know what to do. They've never been anywhere. Okay? I'm just saying. Well, I don't care, man. I'm saying. He said, man, he's going in hard on you, brother. I gotta say, kind of made me think twice about you. He got mad. You know, you're just a hater, man. You're on here. I don't even know if you're real. You ain't got no receipts on me, man. I got the receipts where he was my biggest fan, but I'm not getting into that. That's a manufactured beef. I don't even know him. He don't know me, but it's manufactured. I've got 50 emails. Okay, that's the receipts, sucker. Get off here. And they always got to have some black man's face on the um, profile. Man, receipts. He ain't got no damn receipts about me. I'm still on here, right? Hey, Kenneth Ernst, thanks for that super sticker. That stuff doesn't bother me. They need me. I don't need them. Okay, because I've done pretty well without them. Let them have a meet and greet and see who shows up. They're not going to do it. Yeah, receipts. He says, snookerism? Says, I love your channel. Good advice. I'm 57, retired. Love lifting weights. During Cebu in 2 weeks. Yeah, man. I'm going to take a vacation, man. At least 10 days to 2 weeks. I'm at that point, man. I was at the Save More last night, and okay, the other day my receipt comes out, and another receipt comes out, and it gives you 200 pesos off on your next receipt of 2,000, and when you spend 2,000 or more on one receipt. So I take it back last night, and of course they didn't know what it was, so she gives it to her supervisor. The supervisor looks at, where'd you get this? I said, I got it out of your cash register, man. It came out. Oh, so then she goes to her supervisor. Oh, it's only for Bacala. And I showed on her, I said, it says any SM branch nationwide. Oh, but we don't think they're talking about grocery stores. No, first she said, oh, this is an SM. And I'm like, it's not. What Save More? And why is it coming out of your cash register? But the point is, they didn't know anything about their own promotion. And I have to take this from a friend that lives here in St. Carl City, G5 family. He said, Cal, don't go out. He said, because I get so frustrated. He said, because when you have a problem somewhere, there's no authority. There's nobody that can help you in these stores and establishments. And I ran into that last night. But I know how to handle it, but it just frustrated me because I'm like, whatever I said, it was obvious they didn't know anything about the promotion. They wasn't going to help me. Okay. And here I am. I'm a loyal customer to that place. And they're having a fit over 200 pesos, man. And you get to a point where you say, yeah, it's time for me to take a vacation. And it is. That was just the universe telling me it's time. Because they pissed me off last night. I said, lady, I spent millions of pesos in this damn place. And you're going to give me a hard time over 200 pesos? I mean, everything I said, she had no answer for. Where did I get it? I kept it. Yeah. They're all in the States. King B. Stacker says, be what a man is supposed to be, especially in the Philippines. It's what they are used to, unlike the women in the U.S. that emasculate men. Yeah, and that's why I can say that we never give the Filipino man credit for creating or helping to, mold the attitudes of women over here. Because they're strict. He is the man of the house over here. And that's what they're used to, but we've got a reputation now over here as being easy. Okay, it's a bad reputation, man. And, it's going to take 1,000 years to get rid of it because that's what we do. We come over here and we kiss ass. Basically what we do. He said, get a cup of coffee. He said, how can I get meds to deal with the head pressure on a flight that long? I'm coming in November. Any advice? Head pressure. Have you taken a long flight like that before? Because I don't get head pressure. And usually what happens when you take out, my ears might stop up. I just swallow. But I would go to my doctor, a healthcare provider, and tell them what can you do for it. But it doesn't bother me. The the boredom is what gets to me because I can't go to sleep on them long ass flights. Mike Dawsonville says, I believe the gossip channels never last too long. It's just a matter of time before uh, the content is very shallow and the gossip ended. Then what? Yeah, see, you're right. What happens when that dry spell? The dry spell's coming. Okay, where there's nothing to talk about. And then you're going to have to reinvent yourself again. I stay away from that gossip, man. You know, I just feel bad for what's happening to regular guy because, you know, they're talking, they're dealing with his free speech, man. Hey, what's up, Woody Lights? A shout out from Tucson. Doe Getter says, I'm not a religious man, but the Bible says, where there is no vision, the people perish. The way to keep any woman engaged is to sell your vision. And that's right. That's on her. This is about the leader, being a leader. But let me tell y'all something. In Napoleon Hill, when he talks about, he gives some advice on salesmen. And he says, before you try to sell anything, you have to sell yourself first. And I always remember that. He said, people are attracted to the sugar. Yes, sir. No, sir. Thank you. And all of that. Hey, Charles Harvey, thanks for that super chat. He said, shout out, Cal. Keep doing your thing, brother. Thank you, Charles Harvey. Rick Hart, thanks for the super chat. He said, Cal, the dick watchers prefer to have a meet and grin held in the men's room. Well, they got a lot of dick watchers. They dick watching him. That's the dick police, the content police. But most of all, they're hypocrites. I hate a hypocrite. You know, if you're a man over here in the Philippines and you talking about another man dealing with women, you're a hypocrite because you're over here doing something. You know, what would you be doing over here? You know, your scuba diving lessons is over. You know, how many times you gonna climb Mount Apo? You're over here doing what everybody else is doing, what they're accusing people of doing. I saw a nice documentary. I don't even know if it's still on YouTube. It was called Outed. And they were following around these politicians who every time something, any type of legislation came up about homosexuals or whatever, they were quick to shoot it down and they talk down on homosexuals. End up, they were the biggest homosexuals of all. Okay, hypocrites. And that's what's going on online. These people are hiding something, but they keep the attention on you so the focus doesn't come on them. I don't get into it. He says, amazing me how some of these guys ask these broad questions. Well, a lot of people, you know, they never traveled overseas before. They're curious. And there's no such thing as a stupid question, really, except the one that isn't asked. I believe in that. But you're right, though, Getter. You know, try to sell yourself on the woman. Okay? But, okay, here's one that tripped me out that I didn't think was going to be on the list. Location. It says she wants you close enough to see daily. Okay, that's why I tell you guys, man, stop with these long distance relationships. There were women in that meet and greet who were involved in long distance relationships, but it didn't matter. They left out of there with somebody. Okay. But I see it all the time. That's why I would tell you, don't do it. But what was her name? The young lady I had on my panel. One of the first young women who really was given the nitty gritty, but she said, no, we don't like long distance relationships. That's why we prefer an older man, because he can stay over here with us. He doesn't have to go back and forth. She told us that out of her mouth. Okay. But y'all keep on doing it. Like women over here from outer space. And they don't need love and companionship and all that. Makes you think a woman really wants to deal with you. Yeah, she's going to keep taking your money. What makes you think a woman wants to deal with that all the time? Being away from the man that she loves. Like that. Okay? It makes her feel like you wasting her time. Like she's just a play thing. Yeah, Seth Travel Vlogs. Thanks, Roger. Hey, King B Stacker, thanks for that super chat. He says, I never would have made it to the Philippines without Calvin. I have my sights on Thailand. The rest is history now. I have a beautiful lady, and I'm happy. Yeah, you got a nice looking woman, man. I mean, it's just, if you're going to come over here, and you're probably one of those guys who, I don't care why the woman's with me, really. I'm just enjoying myself. You know, this is the fourth quarter of my life, but you are living good when you're here. I mean, you got it going on, man. It's that simple. But if you tell somebody at home the life that you're living over here, they won't believe you. They don't believe me. They think I'm lying or how you bragging. When I just have a YouTube channel. The people who are really, really living the great lifestyles over here, they don't have YouTube channels. He says, I remember not wanting to travel more than an hour for a date. Yeah. Imagine you flying all the way over here, man. It's crazy. Hey, Michael Onstead, thanks for that super sticker. Now, this is the gentleman you want to see for any health insurance questions. Because I'm retired. And he doesn't pay me, you know, or anything like that. But he's helped a lot of people. Thank you, Michael. Cisco said, Cal, you mean they opted for the person with them at the meet and greet who's able to give them that big longanisa rather than the person on the keyboard 8,000 miles away? Yeah, because they're human. You know, and then once that liquor kicks in, everybody gets loose and, you know, anything's liable to happen, man. You know, I would rather you guys date somebody closer to home until you can come somewhere and stay. I mean, unless you just come on vacation. Okay, ambition is on that. A man who knows where he's going and how to get there. Kindness is on that. We're just talking about stuff that's going to keep the woman around. Okay, because she will take your money and run. Y'all saw the brother that had a damn stroke in the hospital. I mean, in the airport, when he came over here in the Philippines and run off with his money. But they even try to take up for the Filipinos. They try to throw the damn Nigerians under the bus. They said it was Nigerians that did him that way. But yeah, they'll take your money and run, guys. He said, next time if I attend a meet and greet with karaoke, I'm not going to be a shy. I ain't going to lie, man. You really, man, if you wouldn't have had those mic problems, you were getting ready to turn that place out, man. I was really shocked. You did a great job, though, Angelo. I mean, he shocked me. He picked that up. Hey, Brian Nichols said freedom of speech, yeah, it's been gone a long time. It really has. But I'm just saying, no, healthcare insurance. I said health insurance. But we can't let the bad guys win because who's next? Remember, once they get rid of him, they got to come for somebody else. Who's next? He said, you guys also missed my Black Eyed Peas song, but the camera wasn't rolling anymore. He said, some of us don't want to deal with American women anymore, but can't stay because we're not retired yet. We may have to settle going overseas 4 or 5 times a year if we can. Yeah, well, you're just going to raise the risk of it not working because remember, we give human beings far too much credit, for maintaining a long-term relationship, let alone a long-distance relationship. We just give people too much credit, man. We're just not capable of it. Yeah. He was jamming, man. Of course, intelligence, communication skills, but they want an independent man too. And I kind of talked about that before, who can stand on his own 2 feet, who thinks for himself, who can make up his own mind. Okay? He said, sell everything and get out ASAP. The longer you're outside the Philippines, the more money and time you're wasted. He said, Pitbull RB. Yeah, that was funny, man, but he jammed. Excuse me. But remember, we're in charge. We're in control of our own destiny over here. What happens to you over here, you can only blame it on yourself, good or bad. Don't fall in love over here, number one. Okay? And control the amount of money you spend over here. Take better care of yourself. Because they got on here personal hygiene, personal appearance, your dress, how you smell. Do you have good grooming habits? Are you personable? They even like I said, kindness. When people are thinking about more than just themselves, what do they call that? Altruism. When you're really thinking about the needs of other people. Thomas Marshall says, I wish more people could experience going to other countries, learn about different cultures, makes you a well-rounded person. It does, and it also makes you appreciate what you've got at home, or you got something to weigh it up against. See, that's why, people with low self-esteem, they will ask the question, do Filipinos love black men or like black men? When that's the stupidest question you could ever imagine. If you've been over here and you've been watching my videos, it's obvious that some of them do. Enough that you don't have to worry about it. All you need is one woman, basically. Okay, but that's not even a question. I know for a fact I'm not less than. You only feel less than when you ask that. But even they'll do it. Oh, do Brazilians like black men? Why do y'all continue to want to act like victims? When you should be, all that we have to offer, guys, it should be the opposite. I don't get offended. It's like, okay, get out of my way. That's all I'm saying. I'm not offended. He said, Cal used to sponsor a talent show with prize money there in San Carlos. I bet there's great talent there. It is, it's the fact is, I would need some help from my viewers and subscribers for that, man. That kind of stuff costs money. It does. Because you're gonna have to give at least 3 prizes. That's what happened with the bodybuilding contest. And the guy says, when's the next time I'm gonna have another one? Hell, that cost me 40,000 pesos out of my pocket. Luckily, the guy who owned the gym, he liked the idea and let us use the venue for free with everything. And the judges and all that, we had to pay them, man. So it was actually more than that. Yeah, he said LDRs are a waste of time. They are. Okay, but people don't want to listen to that. It's so romantic. Until you find out she's getting poked over here. I've seen it over and over, man. More than once, more than twice, more than 3 times. Don't do it. At some point, she's going to see somebody over here that's going to tempt her. Unless you're going to have her locked up somewhere. And even if it does work out, look at the pain you're putting yourself through, the misery of missing somebody that you love, especially if you've already consummated the relationship. Come on, man, we're smarter than that. Or are we? Or are we? Because we keep on doing it. You would think we're smarter than that, but we're not. Then, you waste all that time, all that money, all that energy, all them times back and forth, and then it doesn't work out because it's not going to last. He says your number one priority, in life should be your health. Money's important, but try being a happy millionaire with an oxygen tank. Or your time. We always talk about this. Wahoo guy. I just did a live stream talking about when you get these 3 things together, you don't have to anything to worry about. Time management, health management, money management. Time is more important than health. But we take all that for granted. Who on here can do 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups? Be honest to yourself. If you can't, 25, you should be asking yourself, what's going on, man? No, I don't do those GoFundMes, man. Yeah, you only need one to like you, yeah. That's all you need. But to get to what he was saying, when you do travel outside, you get a better view of how you're viewed, okay? Because, of course, as Black people, we're beat down in the West, especially in America. So when you come out of there, you expect, you got low self-esteem. You expect everybody to beat you down, but then you realize, hey, they treat me like a celebrity. They're really interested in me. They like Black culture. And why wouldn't they? We're human beings. Carter G. Woodson said in his book, The Miseducation of the Negro, is that they think that the Black man is unnatural. Like, we've accomplished stuff like everybody else. Okay? But that's just low self-esteem. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's 2024. If you still think that your skin color makes you more entitled, makes you more worthy, that's a mental health issue. I don't deal with ignorant people like that. You're ignorant. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, tell me a place, Marcus, where there isn't colorism. Okay. And why should that matter to you? The only way, okay, it's going to be colorism is if you try to break into entertainment, the movies, the beauty pageants. Other than that, okay, so what? Why should that bother you? Okay, because it's everywhere. Ignorance is everywhere. Just like genius is everywhere, Marcus, ignorance is everywhere. So big deal. Okay? It's not going to stop me. It hasn't stopped me. And everybody else, it can't stop you. If you're weak, you're weak-minded if you think like that. Who cares? Black people are the only ones who go around with that bullshit worrying about what other people think about them. That's why you don't see videos that say, oh, do Filipinos like Koreans or anything like that? Because Koreans don't give a fuck. They don't give a damn if Filipinos like them or not. We're the only ones with that low self-esteem going around 2024 worrying about if somebody likes us or not. Who gives a damn? If you don't like me, get out of my face. Dealing with that stuff today, guys. I'm sorry. I get upset, man, when I hear people talk about who gives a damn about colorism. Color that. That's all I'm saying. You know, he said, yeah. Yeah, he said altruism is the top of human needs, giving back. You get the benefit. Absolutely. I know for a fact. It's no doubt in my mind. When you help other people, you help yourself. But we don't believe it. I remember a guy had $5, man. When me and him, we checked in the detox the same. Well, he checked in like 5 days before me, maybe a week before me. Okay. Um, and we were going to a meeting, and we were hungry, man, because we didn't have any money. I just got out of detox. I done burned every bridge. And he saw a guy that gave him $5. Don't you know he gave me $2.50 of it, man? And we bought McDonald's with it, man. I never forgot that. This was around May. I stopped drinking May the 13th, 1998. So it had to have been somewhere like May the 20th, 1998. I never forgot that. How can you forget that? So you do that for other people. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here. Everything that I've been able to accomplish since I've been sober has been a direct result of me helping somebody else and then the universe repaying me. The fact that I was even an insurance agent, I helped a guy from Washington, D.C., who was an insurance agent. He said, hey, you make a great insurance agent. And he taught me the business, basically. He's dead right now. He said, I can do 25, honestly. Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people can't. And if you can do it, then why aren't you doing it? And why aren't you doing it more? Because they like a nice looking man too. I can run a 5K. But see, everybody, on here is going to be, yeah, I'm doing it. But everybody that shows up over here, nobody's in shape. That I see, because we take it for granted. Oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'll do it the next day. Same with time. It takes time. Remember, the time is number one on that list. It has to be number one. It takes time. You got to set out a certain amount of time, set aside a certain amount of time to work out. But you think you're missing out on something else. Oh, the bed feels good. I'm watching something on television. I'm getting ready to eat again. Time is number one. It takes time to do all that. He said, I can watch somebody else do push-ups. Yeah, he said the car dealership wants me to sell my car and buy another one to put me back in debt. That's a hell no for me every time they call. My car, I take care of very well. Stay out of debt, fellas. Yeah, it's the same thing. We were just talking about that. Why human beings, why we don't stay in relationships. Because this is what we do with old stuff, Tim. We either replace it or we throw it away. We certainly don't respect it. How many relationships have you had? Put it in the comments. That's why it's not going to work. So just enjoy it while you can. Because it's not going to last. Hey, Oahu guy, thanks for that super chat. He said, thanks for helping me quit drinking, Cal. I hope you still remember me at the meet and greet. Yeah. You were there right by in T-Backs, Angela City. Absolutely. We were standing by the bar. We had a nice conversation. I hope you're still on the beam, man. May the 13th, I celebrate 26 years. It's a big deal for me. He says, have you ever covered, well, the Philippines are open to dating a foreigner who's not religious? Yeah, I mean, I have, but we talk about it all the time. Remember, people are religious only when it's convenient for them. When they think that their God is not looking. But when they think he's looking, then they'll do all that other stuff. But when he's not looking, you can't tell a religious person from a non-religious person. I mean, you know, do you got some money? That's all they're worried about in a lot of situations. Do you have money? Can you take care of her? They're not from outer space. They're pretty smart over here. They've dealt with a whole lot more than we've dealt with. So yeah, they don't care, man, about that. Because when you think at the end of the day, if people just wore their religion on their sleeve, man, it wouldn't be a problem. But all we want to do is talk about it. It's never really going to come up. Well, it's never asked me what am I or what is my, you know, religious beliefs and all that. I'm pretty sure she's watched some of these videos, enough videos to know that I don't follow religion, but I don't knock people's religion. But I don't follow people's religion. You know, I just don't. I used to. You know, I could tell you, I haven't done a video on, don't you know, I stopped believing when I started coming over here. Okay. I'm not an atheist. I just don't believe that story anymore. Okay. I grew up, man. I don't believe in Santa Claus. I don't believe in any of that stuff. But if you want to believe it and it gives you some strength to help you make it through this cruel ass world, then my hat's off to you. He says, health is wealth. The best reason to work out is not for a woman, but yourself. All the money in the world doesn't mean shit if you cannot enjoy your life. That's absolutely right. But it takes time. You got to set aside time. Okay, we take time for granted. We take health for granted. We take money for granted. Of all of them, money's the least you have to worry about because you can recoup that. You can recoup your money and your health, basically. You can turn it around. You know, it's hard to outrun heredity, but you can recoup your health and your money. Time is irreversible. You don't get that back. So why waste time arguing with somebody? You're wasting time. If you could just start managing your time better, man, those other two things are going to take care of themselves. I guarantee you. Wow, 300 every day. Man, you probably look like Herschel Walker. Hey, thank you. Hey, congratulations, 53 Shades Darker, on your wedding. He said, what's up, my peeps? Hot Sunday in Newtown. I know it's hot over there because it's just hotter over there for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe because so much concrete. It's one of the reasons I don't really like the city anymore. Hey, Rianne Apple says, Calvin, you're correct. I would always wonder why black people are so obsessed with who, where, and what accepts them. Other people just move away and create their own communities whenever oppressed. Yeah, we're the only ones that even ask those type of stupid questions. I even worried about it. Who gives a damn? Okay, if you don't like me, then guess what? I'm probably not going to like you. But it's not going to stop me. You're not in my head like that. It's time that we grow up and we get away from that. It's so childish, man. It really is, man. It's really like a mental health issue. We all need counseling. We got that bad, man. We're worried about, who gives a damn? You know, it's your loss, lady. You want to think like that. If you want to be that shallow, then you're going to get whatever is coming, okay, to you. Be careful what you wish for. Okay? Yeah, I don't judge another man. I'm just saying that I don't follow it. He asked the question, hey, what do they think about someone who's not religious? It's not going to come up because You don't need religious to be a moral individual. Okay. Morality came long before religion. Are you going to mistreat her? That's what she's worried about. Can you take care of her? She doesn't care what building you go to on Sunday or how many times you pray. Yeah, see, rest, he said rest as well. But that's time management. Because some people, Donald Trump claimed he only sleeps 4 hours a night. Is that healthy? Because he damn sure don't look healthy. These politicians and rich people, they get the camera, certain camera views. They tell, look, don't ever record me at this angle. Always keep it there. Trump is big and out of shape, man. But yeah, you got to take time out to sleep. Yeah, he said, thanks, Cal. Much appreciation and congratulations on your 5th year. Yeah, Marilyn's not too happy. She really didn't want to celebrate it. So I made a meet and greet because, I'm still, technically married. And, that's the kind of crazy stuff that they think about. Even though I haven't been with my wife in 5 years, I haven't seen her in 4 years. I mean, it's over. Yeah, but hell, at some point, though, how do you reverse that, Frank? You can't stay stuck on it. You got to grow from it. I fought the Ku Klux Klan when I was in the 7th grade, man, every day for 2 years going to school with that forced busing. And I said, I'm not going to grow up like this. It's all about self-esteem. At the end of the day, you're a human being. We know who came up with all that racial stuff. Okay? But everything that's wrong with black people, I can show you that's wrong with anybody else. And everything anybody else has accomplished, probably accomplished it first. Okay, we gave the world speech and all of that. We domesticated animals, see, and all of that stuff. So there's no sense in me wondering, do you like black people or not? If you don't, then you're missing out, lady. You love our entertainers, that's for sure. Yeah, it's 10 to 15 degrees hotter. It is, but especially in Moncton. Not only is it hot, it's congested. It's the most congested city in the Philippines outside of Manila. Y'all probably didn't know that. So if you're looking for a woman, it's a good place, okay, to find a woman because every 5 feet, it's a woman. It's a person. He said, because it's implanted in our brain that we're less than. Yeah, but you can unplant it. You can get rid of that. All you got to do is open up your eyes. When I started learning that there was bullshit, remember I told you in the 7th and 8th grade, I'm fighting the Ku Klux Klan. Just to get in school, they busting out every bus we rode into, every window was busted out. When I got to sit next to white students, I was always the smartest in my class. Didn't matter what color they were. And I just used to look at them because my mother always told us that. Okay? That's bullshit. That's indoctrination, man. That's propaganda. He said, up in North Kentucky, he said, did you get any rain yet in St. Carlos? No. I mean, it's really bad here, but it's like we're in denial. Pinoy, Kentucky. It's like nobody's even talking about this. That's why I made the video. I mean, it's really getting to a point of being a disaster. I mean, if we don't get rain here soon, something's going on, man. We haven't got electric bill, so we know it's going to be high, probably double what it normally is. Yeah, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. But all you got to do, it takes somebody who's deaf, dumb, and blind to even sit around and think about stuff like that. Just open up your eyes and look around. You'll see that it We got 53 shades darker. Now we got stone feather 53. He says, hi from Australia. I've been following your channel for a while. Next month, I'll be in Mindanao. First time out of the country for 15 years. Hey, congratulations, man, for getting out of Australia for 15 years. If you go back in my library, it was 2 years ago, I interviewed just an outstanding couple from Australia. She was half Jamaican, half Filipino, and he was Australian. They had been married for like 40 years or something. She just recently died. I interviewed them in Bantayan Island. Where in Mindanao are you visiting? He said many people can't sleep. Angelo Habib said, Calvin, the black guy said the most beautiful Filipinos I've seen. And the girl who went home with someone, it wasn't with me. It was with one of the black guys. You know, you're funny, man, but it's true, man. I mean, I just think in 2024, whoever wants to keep that racial thing going, it's junk science, man. It's antiquated. It just shows how ignorant people are. I don't be involved with ignorant people. I mean, really. I mean, but there's people who it's 2024, Thomas. But you're right. So we're the ambassadors that can change the perspective of black people, of who black people really are. But if that hasn't already happened, look at all the people who came before us. Okay, it's if you have to convince somebody right now that we're any different than just as good as anybody else, then good luck, man. I mean, they're not trying to find out in 2024. I mean, it's a whole lot of things, you know, that we can talk about. But the fact that people want to keep that victim mentality, you know, you better get away from me with that stuff or you can get hurt. Practice that ignorance somewhere else. Don't practice it around me. Hey, Cos, thanks for being a member, brother. He said, a lot of people over here say, if you're white, yeah, but if you from Kentucky, I'm from Kentucky, okay? It's some of the poorest white people in America live in Kentucky. Actually, the poorest county in all the United States is in Kentucky, and it's 100% white. So what is that saying? That white people are poor? That all white? No, those white people are poor. Should I hold? See, it's all a man thing, like he said. We've been brainwashed. Okay, if a white man goes into school and shoots 20 people, he's crazy. It's an isolated event. It does, you know, all white people aren't like that. Everybody should be given that benefit of the doubt, but they don't. We're all created equal. Are we born equal? No. But if you're in 2024 and you still got that low self-esteem and you think that your color is holding you back, then I got news for you, man. I got news for you. Oh, okay. He says, I fly to Davao City and will explore there for some time, but my destination is Malibali because regular guy praised it a lot. Yeah, I saw that video where he was there. I've got to be by a beach somewhere. You know, that's why I say Carl City's driving me crazy. It's not close enough to a beach, really. But Angelo Habib is in Davao right now. Why don't you hook up with him? Because he's a cool guy, man. He's funny, too. He said there are so many Filipino OFWs, mostly women, that it's mind-blowing. They're the real heroes of the Philippines. Yeah, you got to give them the utmost respect. 1/10 of the GDP comes from their sacrifice. Imagine, this is why, you know, I tell guys, you can't wrap your mind around the struggle over here. Because when you can, you're going to start respecting people over here a whole lot more. Imagine you have to leave your country just to get a job to take care of your family. And they're way over in the far reaches of places. I met a lady who's living damn good now, but she's in Iceland. She decided to stay over there. So she got a house here and a house in Iceland. Now, it didn't hurt that she married a guy in the army, a black man, by the way. And they were married for a long time, but when they divorced, she stayed in Iceland. But you're right. They got big respect over here, the OFWs. They're like heroes. They really are, man. He said, sorry, the regular guy was accused of going after underage, all fabricated by jealous haters. I don't know enough about that situation. Like I said, I stay away from gossip because it would be gossip and speculation. I watched his videos. I haven't seen him do anything that would make me want to investigate him and get him thrown in jail and all of that. You know, that's all I'm saying. He said, Jim says, one thing my best friend from high school recently told me was that his religious friend complimented him about always helping out others without believing God is watching and judging him from heaven. Yeah, it's just true, you know. But people need something to lean on, and it's a cruel world. It's nothing. They don't take in prisoners here. People don't care. It's so cold. Nobody cares. A little 2-year-old baby was killed. Her and the father. He was the barangay treasurer here. He had just withdrew a substantial amount of money from the bank. They didn't even get the money. I guess when they figured out they had killed the baby, they ran off. But, you know, and then, you know, because religious people, they need something to hold on to. But at the same time, they got to ask. There's no sense in you arguing with people about their religion because they're going to have an answer for everything you say. Okay. So there's no sense. Let them have that, man. You know, let them have it. Hey, there you go. Have a nice day, said Cal. I remember when you first got interviewed by Vagabond Awakes years ago. That was a great interview and explained everything about moving to the Philippines. Your message hasn't changed. Hey, thank you. And he encouraged me not to start a channel, but I just put a comment under one of his videos one day when I'm down in Zamboanga. I said, yeah, I live in the Philippines right now on X amount of dollars a month. And he said, oh man, I told him I was from the USA. He said, oh, I'd like to interview you. Is it okay? And he called, and the interview got a lot of views. And he said, Cal, people like what you had to say. So then it just hit my mind, well, maybe I should start a YouTube channel and get that $53 that YouTube owes me. And, you know, the rest is history. But Dan, I don't think he has trolls because he's such a great guy, man. His content is really about, you know, the options that you have traveling outside the United States, whether you slow travel, retire, or whatever it is. I don't think I've ever seen him being trolled. He's really a great guy. He said the Philippines, they white men. Yeah, I mean, that sounds crazy, right? But that shows you how crazy the question is, whether they date black guys. Like, why? Why wouldn't they? Are you saying that we're less than or something? I don't get that. But we do it, man. So whenever you see a video like that, you keep going, man. It's bullshit, man. It's bullshit. Yeah, it is sad. Well, you know, regular guy, I didn't know who he was, okay? I knew his channel, but he came to San Carlos City and he said, hey, can I stay at your guest house? I said, sure. And I didn't know who he was when I picked him up from the bus terminal. And then I'm in the back of the tricycle. He's in the front. We're just talking. He said, I'm Scott. I knew him as Scotty. Then he says, well, I got a channel, a regular guy. Then I looked at him. I said, oh, you're a regular guy. But he was just a regular guy. I mean, I just don't know enough. Nobody knows enough about him to have any type of judgment. Even the trolls. But they can take videos and edit stuff and everything like that to make it out to be whatever they want it to be. They did me the same way. I'm just saying that, well, H-Back Saku isn't big enough yet. He's not big enough yet. He's not big enough yet. And remember, he's in Angeles City. He's doing what those hypocrites are doing. So they're not going to fool with him. He's not big enough. Regular guy was, until they stopped him in his tracks, he got like 50,000 subscribers, but he was easily going to get 100,000, man. But the content police stepped in. But I don't know enough about that, man, to talk about it. It will be gossip and it will be speculation. But he did stay at my guest house, and I didn't see anything different. Those guys don't have any well, they look in his background and what? Yeah, he says having a good heart and morals is not dependent on having a religion. In my book, extremely religious people are often evil as they think they are better. Yet they're self-righteous. And most of the time they're hypocrites. And it's just that simple. I'm sorry. She wants money and he wants money. They deserve each other. Yeah, let's go back over here now. According to this article, and I'm going to put it in the link. I forgot to put it in here. They want somebody with a positive mental attitude. They don't want all that negativity, complaining all the time. Because I said, there's no sense in complaining when you say, oh, Philippines, they just want me for my money. When you know what the deal is. You already know. And plus, you're not bringing anything else to the table. What would make a 25-year-old woman want to be with a 65-year-old man? Okay, and then, do you really care? Okay, that's where I am. I did a video a long time ago about it. I said, my girlfriend wants me for my money and a new life. So what? I'm happy. There's no perfect person anywhere. There's no perfect relationship. He said, almost every caregiver OFW I know sends all their earnings home to support their family and live like a poor person in America. Yeah, wherever they are. I mean, they make some extreme sacrifices. The Philippines is a throwback. You just remember, my mother, y'all got to understand, my mother was a day worker. And you say, well, what's a day worker? Anybody out there that knows what a day worker is can tell you. My mother, her job was to go and clean the houses of rich folks, no matter what color they were. She worked for an Indian doctor and a white doctor before. And they loved her. She cleaned the house sit, iron clothes, cook dinner. That's what she did in the 70s. And a lot of women, that's what they did because that's how they got the job. They would say, hey, Nancy, Carol, do you know anybody, another good worker? My neighbor needs somebody. And they come and wash the clothes. They do all of that stuff. Same that goes on over here. I've got a day worker. That's what, in my mind, she is. It's what my mother used to do. Okay? He said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. If you make people feel good about themselves, they will give you the world. That kindness is on here. Respectability. And of course, it's the little things like this, Dogetta, that say, remembering special days. They're just little stuff, like I went to the store and bought Marilyn some pads. See, they like little stuff like that because people are so embarrassed to, men are embarrassed to do that. I don't care. It's a part of living. Yeah, he was just a regular guy. He did. I didn't know who he was until he said that, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll put two and two together. But he didn't want to interview me or anything. He just was walking around, and that's the extent of it, man. We really don't know who these guys are on YouTube. People know me because I let them into my life. They come and see me. They live in my house. I have meet and greets. I'm just different. I'm cut from a different cloth. You know, it's hard to expose me. Expose me for what? But some people, you know, you really don't. You think you know them because you see them on YouTube every day. You really don't know these guys, man. Good or bad. I don't think it should be an issue. We're the only ones making it an issue. If you come over here and see how some people struggle from 1 hour to the next, you'll see how ignorant and how childish all this old fighting online is. And we're doing it to ourselves, man. People over here, man, have it hard. A lot of people, millions of people struggle, man, to make it from one day to the next. And you got somebody over here arguing, fight, trying to save Filipinos. Filipinos don't need you to save them, man. Y'all don't care any more about Filipinos than anybody else. But this is the hypocrite. He wants you to think he really cares, but you don't do anything for him. All you protect him from people like Sunshine Shows and regular guy. You're a hypocrite, man. Anybody that's doing that, you don't care anything about. If you did, then you'd be doing something to really help their struggle. But you'll see how immature it is. You come over here and you see kids walking through jungles and through rivers and all that just to go to school and all that kind of stuff. Of anniversary says Sunshine High, as an elderly 62-year-old retired caregiver, I'd like to move where you guys are. Would it be safe for me as a single, not looking for anything but peace to move there? Absolutely. That would be perfect. St. Carlos City would be perfect for somebody like that. It's a city for retired people. If you still got that itch that needs to be scratched, St. Carlos City is not the place. But if you've done all your itching and scratching, this will be a place for you. Yeah, he's Canadian. Yeah, I like him. He said, Calvin, are you familiar with Patrice O'Neal? Yeah. He died way too soon, but remember health, man. He had diabetes. He said you could react to vids of his relationship advice while live streaming and make a killing. You know, I'm not on his level, man. That guy was so funny and he was so, his common sense was off the charts, man, you know. You know, because comedians, they're some of the great thinkers, man, believe it or not. He said, grab a Filipino, retire to Thailand, best of both worlds. Yeah, well, you know, everybody's got their opinions and stuff like that. It's just too many people there for me. I mean, I'm just seeing where a lot of foreigners are getting locked up over in Thailand now. I just won't compare places. If you find what you're looking for, no matter where you are, ladies and gentlemen, be happy. Because it's not going to last. You're going to die one day. I'm not going to sit around and debate anybody about whether Philippines is better than Vietnam and all that. I found what I was looking for here, and I'm happy. I don't have to prove to anybody that I made the right choice. Okay? I'm wasting time. I'm trying to cut back on wasted time. Okay? It's immature. I've got to put down Thailand to make the Philippines better. No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that. We're still on planet Earth, guys. Okay? That's an immature argument. If you found what you were looking for in Thailand, man, stay there. and be happy. Don't try to rain on my parade over here. We don't see enough of the Philippines or Thailand to make a real intelligent comparison. There's 2,000 islands over here. I've seen 14 of them. He said that do Filipinos date black guys, as Dave Chappelle. Hell, I've been dabbing in adobo since junior high school. Well, you know, it's just something that um, it's going to get views. You got a lot of people out here who have low self-esteem. And if they in 2024, despite everything we've accomplished, they think just because you got brown skin, not realizing there's a billion people in India with brown skin, some of the greatest engineers. I'm talking about the skin. You know, I'm an American. I think like an American. I just have brown skin, but there's brown skin everywhere. Africa. Again, it's one of those debates. It's immature. You got to put one person down to make yourself better, then you're not better. Okay? Let the results speak for themselves. Let your character and who you are speak for you, not the color of your skin. He said, do all Asians or just Filipino people want a positive mate? But no, this is women, period. You know, because we're saying, okay, you know, men are always talking about, oh, she wants you for your money over there. Okay, then what else are you bringing to the table? Because you know that's what they want. Okay, and that's why you're here. Okay, if you don't believe me, just come over here and you're going to see what I see on a daily basis. Average and below average men with young, attractive women over here, or younger, attractive women that they wouldn't have anywhere else, but they've got what she needs and she's got what they need. But you can't deny it. And a lot of guys know that that's all they need is their pension. It's sexy enough. So they don't work out. They don't read. They don't do anything to better themselves. They don't take better care of their health, their time, their money. Okay, they give it all to her. Look on YouTube. That's all you see. It's average and below average men talking about the Philippines and life over here. Does it matter? Does it have ever occurred to anybody besides me that it seems like everybody has the same is living the same damn dream over here? When is somebody going to step outside the box and say, I'm living different over here? That old cookie cutter dream that people talk about on YouTube, it pisses me off, man. It's made up, guys. The Philippines gives you a ball of clay when you get over here. You can make out of it whatever you want. You can construct whatever you want out of it. But it seems like on YouTube, everybody's living the same damn dream. And it's getting boring because it's not true. They're making it up. The guys who are really living the life, they don't have YouTube channels. People are following each other on YouTube, making the same content, making you think, oh, it's all one story. It's not. You see guys on motorcycles going around, oh, this is how to date. This is where to find the women and all that, right? Then you have other guys, you know, they're married and they sit around and talk about the cost of living. And everybody's dream looks the same. That's boring, man. I didn't want that over here for me. He said they want an older guy. No. He's more mature. Well, they can get mature Filipino guys. Okay? But it's very rare. I mean, I don't even know if rare would be the term to use to see a young, attractive Filipino woman with an older Filipino man. Okay? And if you do, he's got money. The same type of money that they think you got. So no, that's not why. But Seth Travel Vlog said the reason they like older foreign men is because we can stay here, okay? Because at the end of the day, Filipinos are no different than any other nationality. They want somebody of their own nationality. Most black people are married to black people. White, same thing. Filipino, same way. But when you're talking about young Filipinos and older foreign men, now you're talking about something different. We know the money is number one. But how you going to keep her around? How you going to make her respect you? See, that's your job. Because if you just think it's all about money, then she's going to be over here fooling around on you like I see some of these women doing their older foreign husbands. Because all he's doing is giving money. Yeah, I mean, you know, what, now? For something he did or something he was alleged to do. Remember Mike Dawsonville? I was investigated by the Bureau of Immigration and the NBI, which is the equivalent of the FBI in America. But it doesn't mean anything because they investigated you. False allegations. Just because they investigate you means nothing. He said housekeeping is hard work. Yeah. But that's why I respect people a little bit more because I grew up. A lot of what goes on over here reminds me of when I was growing up as a young man over in America. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. We lived a middle class environment, a real good life until my mother and my father split. Okay, because my mother had a good job and my father had a good job. But then after he left, everything went downhill. So when I was 6 years old when that happened. So when I was six, all the way until I went to the Navy, yeah, we were considered poor. And everything I see that goes on over here reminds me of when I was little. Like people coming over, hey, can I borrow this? A lady the other day said, hey, can I get a couple of papayas off your tree? It's like me going next door asking for a stick of butter or a couple of eggs. When I was in Zamboanga, they should come by and knock on the door. Hey, is there any way I can wash your clothes for 200 pesos to get rice for my family? Well, believe it or not, I saw a Filipino and an Indian guy in the store last night. Okay. You got to realize Indians got big money over here, man. A whole lot more money than Americans, the typical American, because they're running businesses, man. They're opening businesses. They're running at 5, 6. Okay. Yeah, well, my mother had 8 kids, but you know, by the time when she was doing that, that would mean I had two of my sisters that were out of the house by then. But yeah, I mean, it's just the way it was over there. I mean, I'm proud of my mother. I mean, you know, she taught me the value of sacrifice. If you want something, you got to go out there and get it. You can't sit around waiting for somebody to give you anything. Yeah, yeah, you're hitting on something right here, essential gaming and outdoors. We forget who we are. We think when we get off the plane, we become somebody different. We think we're better than. We need to look in the mirror. Okay, here's what he said. He said, some guys are afraid to even date Filipinas with kids. And those are the same ones that are broke. Imagine that. My Filipina has a kid, and I do too, and we travel everywhere together. You know, nothing's changed. And this is the problem. A lot of men come over here, we step off the plane, and all of a sudden, we're not the $1,200 per month Social Security pensioner anymore. We're just sought after, you know, Rico Suave now. Now we're choicey, you know, we're looking down on people because that's one of the things they said. It wasn't on the list. I put this on here. Humility a humble man over here who's not thinking that he's better than them and looking down on other people over here. But that's exactly, now we're too good. It's crickets over there. We're dying of chronic loneliness in our country. It has the same effect on us as if we're obese or if we got a chronic smoking habit. But now suddenly we come over here, yeah, you're the prize, you're the catch, you're the diamond, but that doesn't mean you mistreat anybody. You're all of those because you got the money. He said, don't be embarrassed about buying pads for women. The people at the store know it's not for you. Yeah, but you know, a lot of guys are. I'm not, because I used to get them for my mother. It's a part of living. But that's the hang-ups that we have. Oh, no, you go get your own damn pads. Yeah, the struggle's real. Hey, thank you, Vaniversary. He said, the struggle's real, Cal. I give back by buying fish and things like that. Yeah, and just understanding that a lot of people have nothing to do with the circumstances they found themselves in, like you didn't. I just woke up one day, I was in a son of George and Nancy Roach in Lexington, Kentucky, okay, living in America. I had brown skin. Now what? I had nothing to do with that. Now I live in a world that wants to judge me on that. Well, what do I got to do? I got to make the best of it. I got to know who I am. Know thyself. Every philosopher, they may have argued about a lot of things, but one thing they didn't know thyself. You become what you think about. So if you think you less than, guess what? You're going to be less than. I don't think I'm less than. He said, authenticity is key. He said, Calvin, you're the same in person as you are in your videos. Regular guy, no. Well, everybody's channel, see, his channel's more entertainment, okay? That's why he's not trying to build a community. He's not trying to help grown men make the transition from their country to the Philippines. He's just entertaining you. He's got a very entertaining channel. That's all. He really doesn't want you to see the real him. It's, I got a YouTube personality, and that's all. And a lot of people are like that. He just had no idea that he was going to piss off the wrong person over here. It's all entertainment. But personally, he's never done anything to me. He's never done anything to you. He's never done anything to your daughters. Trust me, the Filipino authorities are very capable of catching these guys if they're doing anything. And even the Filipino people. See, I see where a lot of guys, they're down in Mindanao, riding around on these motorcycles. They really don't know what they're doing. They don't know where they're going. See, because they may end up in Balay, but it's the route from Cagayan de Oro to Balay that they need to be worried about. 53 Shades Darker says, only a few of us bloggers that actually care about the community. Most others, it's just about them and their own pockets. Just my opinion and not the opinion of others. Well, that's a great opinion. I was riding home last night from the store. And the tricycle driver, he says, hey, sir, can I ask you something? I said, yeah. He says, are you the blogger that gives away 1,000 pesos every week? I said, I am. And we was asking, he said, my wife won that. He said, 1,000 pesos is a lot already. That's just his English. And he started talking about another famous YouTube vlogger that's from San Carlos City. They're Filipinos. He said, but we don't give them the same support we give you, sir, because they don't give back. He said they only think about themselves. I know who he's talking about. I won't say it on here. But you're exactly right. And it's not a requirement to give back, but I cannot live in the Philippines where people are struggling all around me, where my conversation, my content is basically built, on the country, on the backs of Filipinos, and not give back. That's unthinking of me to do that. Okay? But that's what people would tell you. They'll say, oh, well, I am giving back. I'm renting and, I'm adding to the economy. In my opinion, it's not enough. All your conversations about the Philippines, but you won't give back only at Christmas, only when it's a national disaster. I wasn't built like that. I'm not built like that. Yeah, he says, I recall correctly, it was you and Regular Guy who early on helped Derek Q Adventures get growth on YouTube. I was actually the first one because Derek Q came here and, he was telling me, hey, I want to start a channel and blah, blah, blah. And I interviewed him and, just try to help him. But anytime, you get a guy, the regular guy, it's like, he's really on another level, guys. It's not easy to build a YouTube channel and a following like some of us have. It's really a stroke of luck, really. Okay, but he's on a whole other level. So anytime he goes on somebody's channel and interviews them or they interview him, they're gonna get some push from that. But we take it for granted. We see these channels and Old Dog New Tricks, Every Man Has His Own Story, Filipino P. I mean the real, nuts and bolts channels. I'm not talking about these sex channels that's blowing up everywhere. And we take for granted that it's easy to do that. Most of us don't have a pussy, man. If you don't have a pussy, man, it's hard to gain a following. It's really luck, guys. Luck, it has a lot to do with it. Luck means, what is that? When opportunity and preparation meet, because that's all it is. Hey, Jazari Starlight, thanks for that super sticker. He said, yeah, it's not easy. My channel's off NC of videos. Everybody, though, gets their opportunity. The algorithm, I can say this, it will shine the light on you. It's up to you to keep people coming back. It's your content. It's not your equipment and all of that. Okay, I'm just being honest with you. But you have to be able to talk about something. You have to be able to talk about something that's going to keep people interested. Hey, Cooper's Thai Adventures. Now, here's a friend of mine, Darren. He's in Thailand now. And, I helped his channel. But only a little bit. Once you push people to their channels, they got to keep you there. And he's been able to do that. He says, hey, Cal, as bloggers, we have a line to toe. Respect is important. It works both ways. It does. Giving back, though, is a whole other level, because we don't feel where it's necessary or we're responsible. And that's where you separate, in my opinion anyway, the wheat from the chaff right there. Because, people are struggling over here, and, people say, oh, 1,000 is not. That man said it last night. He said 1,000 is a lot already. My wife won. I know it is. I don't have to prove to anybody. What's up, Mo? He says, service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. And I know you live by that. I'm a recovering alcoholic, okay, and drug addict. When I got sober, man, people came out of the woodwork, strangers. It wasn't my family and friends. That was later on, because they wasn't convinced I was done. These were strangers who helped me from 1 minute to the next, one day to the next. And they all said, just do it for somebody else. So how all of a sudden, now that I'm up and I'm well and everything, could I forget that? That would be the peculiar mental twist. I don't have that. Okay, that strange twist in my thinking where I forget about the suffering of a week ago, a month ago. No, I'm not going to do that. I keep it right in the forefront of my thinking, where I come from. He said, do you have any regrets establishing your YouTube channel, like privacy issues when you walk around the town? I really don't, man. I really enjoy it, man, because it's grown into something far beyond anything I could have ever imagined. If I told you that this channel would be the way it is, I'd be lying. I only wanted my $100 that YouTube owed me. Okay, my payout is $100. I had like $53 on there. I had no idea that people were going to relate to me the way that they have. So no, I told Marilyn though one time before, I guess it would have been what, September, maybe November of 2021. No, 2020. We were going to the market, and I said, you know, are you going to be able to handle it? You know, when people start recognizing me, I said, because pretty soon everywhere we go, people are going to know me. And of course, she thought I was crazy. She said, there's no way, because I only had like maybe 200 subscribers or something like that. So yeah, there's some privacy issues for her, but me, no, you know, because people treat me like an absolute celebrity here in St. Carlos City. I'm kind of uncomfortable with it. I'm not used to that. Z Nightglow, he says, the second time you mentioned your mom as a day worker, me listening to Mr. Calvin while cooking, I just finished cleaning. Mothers are multitaskers. Yeah, she did that, and then came home and did the exact same thing, you know, for nothing. He says, I've been watching YouTube vloggers for 10 years talk about Philippines dating and low cost of living. Back then, I think I could count them on one hand. Today, so many. I like how you keep it real. It is because, you know, it's like anything else, Jim. You know, when I had a janitorial service back in the 80s, everybody started opening up janitorial services because they said, oh, he can do it, I can do it. Then came the landscaping. Remember, everybody's riding around with their truck, pulling the trailer with the weed eaters and the lawnmowers. Then it was barber shops. Now it's just YouTube channels. They see people on there and they say, oh, I can do that. And some people are able to do it, but only a small percentage of people. I mean, everybody's watching me now has a YouTube channel. Whether you upload any videos or not, it's on you, but you got a YouTube channel. But only a very few gain any traction, certainly earn any money. Now, see, here's the weird thing that I find, Jim, about bloggers today. They want to think they're better than because they don't depend on the YouTube income. Well, I do. I think that's so stupid. I think I'm proud to say that my YouTube channel allows me to stay in the Philippines and travel around if I want to. But the first thing they want to say, oh, I don't need this YouTube money. You're a damn lie. That's the reason you get on YouTube. But it's so strange to me. It's like, you people are weird. Y'all crazy. That's why I can't relate to them, because most of them are liars. They're lying. I don't need this money. I could go without it. Yeah, because you're not earning enough. You know, and they try to make you look bad because you're earning it now. Yeah, I need it. Otherwise, I'd be on that damn hamster wheel over there. Okay, I'm so thankful that the time in and my viewers and subscribers think enough of me to watch my videos to keep me off that hamster wheel, because there's no doubt about it, I'd be working. But that's what gets me about these vloggers today. That's all they're walking around. I don't need the money. You know, they need to quit with that. He said, preach, Cal, you're the truth teller we need. Giving back should be natural, not forced. Been a fan and follower for about 2 years. Thank you. Yeah, I'm from that. I'm cut from that cloth. My mother, I'd come home from school. I mean, there's no telling who would be in my house when we came home from school. Who my mother would be feeding and all that. Yeah, he said he helped Anna's Life official channel, the Province Girl, by interviewing her. Now she's monetized and has over 5,000 subscribers. Yeah, now it's going to be up to her to keep the viewers coming back, because I'm not a relationship expert or guru. Okay, we've got enough of them, and nothing seems to be working. And nobody seems to really be listening anyway. So I just like to have real life conversations that people would have. Hey, RC and Jack. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. He's really him, and I think like Chad Foster. They make it look easy, but what they're doing, guys, it's not something. I said this before. It's not realistic. They're doing it for entertainment value, and it's very entertaining. And you can see that their views are way up there. But it's not something that the typical person comes over here and does, man. It takes a lot of money to do that. And they're using their YouTube channels to do it. Otherwise, you'd be eating way into your budget in your pension and retirement, trying to travel around every week to a different place, staying in hotels and Airbnbs and stuff, eating out all the time. That would be good only for a short time. Eventually, you're going to have to settle down. Otherwise, man, the typical person's not going to do that. So why would I do that? I talk about more real life stuff, what people, what you eventually going to be doing when you get over here. Should you build a house or should you rent? Should I live alone or should I have a woman? You know, do I get married or not? You know, I very seldom talk about cost of living because a cost of living is all over the place. That's going to get you views, but it's really not going to. Can it give you an idea? Yeah. But let's talk about living expenses versus cost of living. Okay, it's easy to come over here and have living expenses less than 1,000. I don't know of anybody that has living expenses over 1,000, meaning rent or utilities. Okay, and immigration. Everything else is lifestyle, food, and all of that. He said, does Maryland believe the hype now? Yeah, but you got to realize when you sleeping next to literally a miracle, what's happened to my channel. And don't get all excited about miracles. It just means something you can't explain. It's inexplicable. She takes it for granted, really. She'll see another channel, and be so enthused and so hyped up about a channel and what the guy's doing and all that. I'm like, lady, I'm doing the same thing. But because she's sleeping next to me, no, she takes it for granted. Well, I basically already did. I'm gonna let the dead die. I'm gonna let the dead rest. Let the dead bury the dead. I really miss John. It's sad for me to talk about him. That's why I tell you, it's a cold life, man. So if people need religion or whatever they need to hold on, I say do it. Hey, thanks, Mike Dawsonville said the reason why we're watching, you're the real deal. I don't know any other way to be. Honestly, Mike. He said people hate when someone earns money or is doing great. It's because they want it. It's the strangest thing, though, when people talk about they're trying to make themselves seem better than you because they don't need the money. The only people you hear saying that are the ones who aren't really earning any money. Because the ones who are earning money enough to live, they're not saying that. They're enjoying the money that they're earning. They're probably tickled to death. Don't blame me, blame you two. Imagine the amount of money that YouTube earns. And they don't even make videos. They make the money on our backs. When you give me a super chat, YouTube takes 45% of it. And they haven't done one live stream. But nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about Mr. Beast. Hell, he earns 56 million on YouTube. But they won't worry about me. I'm earning 2,500 a month. And they hating on me for that. Like, y'all crazy. That's why I don't worry about stuff like that. Or race or any of that other ignorant stuff that human beings want to talk about, man. We give human beings much too much credit. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. See, when you have a real life channel and you put your life out there, I was naive enough to do that. Would I suggest anybody do that? No, especially if you got something to have. But see, I don't have anything to have. Secrets kill people like me. That's what kept me drunk and high all that time. So I don't have any secrets. And, you know, it's like, okay, if you want to spend your time to investigate me, for what? Yeah, they pocket watches. But people over here are struggling, but we fighting each other. You know, they taking time. Remember, this is time management, which is not time well spent. They're wasting time investigating other YouTubers, thinking that they're saving the Philippines. You're not saving nothing. Because, okay, you get rid of regular guy, but what about the real child molesters? They'll kill you. You come snooping around their business. Okay, you're not going to do that. You're picking up what they call the fruit on the ground. Okay, that's what they're doing. You don't care nothing about the Philippines for real. That's just to get you views and get you some type of notoriety. You could care less about what's going on here for real. Yeah, I know people who put down the YouTube money, and I know they're just jealous. Yeah, it's crazy. They want to blame you. YouTube created this. Okay? And if it was so easy, everybody would do it. It's not easy. Hey, what's up, Louise? I understand why you late. He said, Calvin, I remember you talking about next pets. Yeah, that's one of the things I made up. He says, and it's not a good idea to bring your wife to the United States because the next pets would be lined up to take your wife. Well, you know, the video I did was talking about the risk involved. I didn't say whether to do it or not. I said, here's what you're going to be faced with when you do bring her there. Give people something to think about. It's how my support group idea was invented. Looking at the support group Filipinos have all around the world, but especially in a little bitty city like Louisville, Kentucky. How powerful it is. Okay, it's really powerful, man. The crowd mentality that they have a tendency to show over here, they don't show it abroad. If they need a job, boom, they got it. They need a place to say, boom, they got it. You need a ride somewhere. You need a few dollars. Okay, you want me to introduce you to somebody? It's all there, man. Okay, but the next pet, he's a real guy. He's still on the hamster wheel. He can't retire. He probably doesn't even have a passport. But he likes Filipino women. He's on these dating sites. He's going to do everything but come over here. He's waiting for you to bring your woman home and everything fall apart, and then there he's got the Filipino. Okay? He's the one that's in her ear at work. What are you doing with that old man? I got more money than him. You too good. You know, I'm going to tell you something, man. The damn doctor, when I took my wife, you know, to get her physical, which if you bring a Filipino over there, I would suggest you do that. Get her a physical. Because, you know, the physical over here, it's only so much. Get her one over there. The damn doctor's hitting on my wife. Wants to give her his phone, try to give her his phone number. I could have had him, his license taken. Crazy. That's just the kind of stuff that you're going to run into over there. I mean, because these women, exotic is a bad word over here, but in America, it's not. They're very exotic, man. They're long, flowing hair, real hair, smooth skin, perfect shape, young. You bring them over there, man, they look like something that stepped out of their fantasy, something out of their dreams. And she's pushing that Kroger cart around in the aisle, and they come up on that. They freak out, man. They can't help themselves, man. I took my wife to the barber shop one time. It was the worst thing I could have done. He said, the Papa Smurf, the OG. He said, Cal, remember when you first started your channel, I was here for it. You have come a long way, my friend. You're always keeping it real and on time. Keep doing you and let the haters stay miserable. Hey, thank you, man. Well, YouTube is not really, we're like digital nomads. Okay, we're not working, okay, in the Philippines. We're working from the Philippines. If he were working for somebody like Gasano Mall or Jollibee, see, we can't do that. But can you have a YouTube channel? Yeah, you know why? Because Google is outside of the Philippines. The money that I earn is outside the Philippines. It goes to a U.S. bank. Nothing, I'm not taking any jobs away from Filipinos. I'm not taking any money out of the Philippines. Actually, I'm bringing money into the Philippines. In the 2 years since the Philippines is open, my little channel has directly or indirectly had 100 million peso impact on the economy here. Okay, but now I'm not working in the Philippines. I'm working from the Philippines. Okay. What's up, Mark? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not, but people, they want to put that out there. The Filipino government, they know, that's why they haven't, it's been all these years, 4 years. Now, being an influencer, 53 Shades Dark, is something totally different. That's why I don't sell t-shirts and I don't do a lot of things, okay, on here, because I can't really work here. Okay, that's working. He said, yeah, the damn doctor. Yeah, you get a SRV, you can work. You get a 13A, you can work. But this is the kind of stuff that people are so worried about. They waste their time worrying about, are you paying taxes over there? Well, why would I pay taxes over here? I'm a U.S. citizen. You're supposed to pay taxes. Believe it. Okay, ask Manny Pacquiao if there's an agreement between the Philippines and the United States as far as taxes. And he'll tell you, he just won his tax case. He said, I pay taxes in America. Why should I have to come back home and pay taxes on that same income? And he won his case. But this is the type of stuff we sit around and worry about. It's not going to move the needle 1 inch. It's not going to help anybody. This is hater conversation, man. Yeah, they don't care nothing about the Philippines or the Filipino people. They talk more down on the Philippines because they got another channel that they do that. They're faceless. They put the Philippines down, the Filipino people down. But then on this side of their mouth, oh, I'm going to help the Filipinos. You need to leave these little kids alone. You're exploiting women. You're doing this. You're doing that. You need to be paying taxes, man. They're hypocrites. I've been through it all, okay? That's why I can talk about it. It's not something that I'm making up. The cocksuckers try to do me like that. But they didn't realize, dude, I'm cut from a different cloth. I lived on the streets for years. You think the shit you pulling gonna hurt me? That's why They made a video about y'all. Yeah, big deal. Thank you. That's more, you know, promotion, free publicity. You know, the shit I done been through in my life, man, these clowns, you know, I can see right through them. And I tell you, don't waste your time with that. But y'all like drama. Y'all punching on this stuff, building these guys' confidence up. They coming after innocent people. Pretty soon, it's not going to be any channels left. But these old sex channels, any other channels that's really giving y'all some type of real entertainment, real type of that are informative, that can help you when you get off the plane, they're going to be gone. Because these content police are going to be trying to get rid of them. Dry snitching is what they're doing. Dry snitching. He said, why would you really care about someone else's business? Because they don't have any business of their own. I'm too busy with my own life to be worrying about what somebody else is doing. But yeah, guys, I got to get off here. Thank y'all so much for your super chat, super stickers, all your support. Really appreciate people who took the effort to come to the meet and greet. We really had a good time. All my members, okay? Thank y'all so much, man. I never take that for granted. Without the viewers and subscribers, these channels are nothing. Remind them of that, okay? When they get too high on their horse, when they start talking crazy. Say, if we didn't watch you, you wouldn't be nothing. So now all of a sudden you want to walk around with your head in the clouds. You don't want to answer my emails. You don't want to answer my comments. You don't want to have live streams so we can talk face to face with you. Now all of a sudden you're a celebrity. Okay. Thank you, Sam Glover, for your support. Welcome to the Sunshine Shoulders community. Remind them people that you are what makes YouTube, not us. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. And don't do anything stupid.